is very stupid. I can get posting clips, I can get doing that, I can get calling him out when he needs to. But to mock him for not having a tier because his grandma passed, even if you don't believe it, who fucking cares? It's so we're talking about John Campea. Apparently he's reducing Kris and Rob's roles to save money. Now, I'll clarify. I watch Campea every day. Or don't watch him. I'll listen to him on Spotify, usually when I'm going out for a run or I'm doing things around the house or whatever. I'll put on Campea, even on my way to work or coming back from work in my car. I'll put on the John Campea show, and I listen to his shows. So I'm somebody who's pretty consistent on knowing what's Campea's mentality, how he is, how he acts, certain things like that. So I did see this part. Now, funny enough, I didn't even notice because I won't lie to you, I don't like the Campea show when Campea's not there. So Rob has occasionally done these kind of like open mailbag, and they kind of are boring. To me, I like Rob, I like Kris, but to me, they're not entertaining if Campea's not there, because to me, they feel like Campea's the main guy and everyone else helps improve the show by adding their takes while conversating with Campea. I feel like that's one thing Campea has that makes him my favorite movie talk YouTuber. He is one of my inspirations on this channel, and that's something I like. So a lot of people have been getting mad at him for this. This is coming from a YouTube channel called John Campea Exposed. And I tried watching his videos. They were cringy. Like half, and I'm not all, like I'm fine with clips. I mean, I am responsible for the clip of Campea breaking his headphones. This clip right here, yeah, I'm the one that posted it, right? I didn't know this, but that video, I remember Campea would always talk about that video, but you could never find it anywhere. And I found it on Reddit one day, posted on YouTube, and now all of a sudden, literally, it's the most viral like Campea clip I've ever heard of, and people will bring it up. So maybe Campea does know, but so this guy's entire channel is talking about Campea, or not talking about Campea, but clips of Campea. Oh my god, posting pictures of his wife. The thing is, I don't mind clip channels, and I'm gonna get to this topic in a bit, but I don't mind clip channels. Clip channels, I'm completely fine with them. I think they're cool. I mean, there's movie clip channels, there's YouTuber clip channels. I'm fine with them. I wouldn't say the creators of these clip channels are necessarily creative unless they add their own type of edit. But this guy's clips are kind of cringy. Like, all it is just trying to paint a narrative to hate on Campea. I'm fine if you don't like him, but I don't know, man. I don't know. John Campea calls Peter Dinklage a midget. Who cares? Everyone called him a midget back in the day. But it's like all these I've seen a lot of these videos. They're very cringy. They're very cringy. Like, and I don't mean to be that guy, but I don't know who this guy is, but it kind of seems like this guy doesn't have much real world experience, or either that, or he's letting social media paint his narrative. So we're gonna watch this, but let's put it on full screen. But I will say, I'll thank this guy for putting some clips. Now, what I'm hoping it's not edited, but let's watch this clip. Next up. And I do want to say this, I actually got to hear this clip on, I remember when I heard this, I didn't think much of it, because I'm like, okay, I don't care. I'm there for John Campea. It's called the John Campea Show. If they're limited, cool, that's alright. I like them, but okay. I will also say, Kris is from around where I'm from. She's from the Woodlands. That's like a 20 or 10 minute, no, it's like a 20-minute drive for me. I actually go to the AMC at the Woodlands often. So Kris, is from near my hometown.
Right. Where's Rob been this week? Missing him on the show, and I hope he's not going anywhere. Rob had this, there's been a couple of changes. We already told our channel members this, but I'll tell you it as well.
If you aren't paying a monthly fee to Campea, you are a second-class viewer to him, and you are an afterthought when it comes to sharing his channel news. Okay, yeah, that's all right. It's not that you're a second-class viewer. It means you're prioritized more if you pay him, because this is how business works. If you go to a restaurant, you're probably going to be seen more as a priority if you're ordering more expensive stuff rather than somebody who's paying for or trying to find the cheapest thing on the menu, right? Let's say you're with your family and you're in a table. Let's say it's you, your wife, I don't know, you have 3 kids. Let's say all of you are at a restaurant, right? If you, the adult, order a meal that's like $20, I don't know, $20, you are going to get more priority than the kid who's ordering chicken nuggets and fries for $8. That's just how the real world it works. And so with Campea, if you're paying him monthly, he's going to give you a priority because you're literally responsible for paying his bills. Because the world does revolve around money. Money is the key to quite literally everything. While I hate money and while I hate the greed that's come with money, the fact is the fact. You gotta have money if you want to live a stable life. If you want to have a home, yeah, you want to have a car, you want to have a life, you gotta make money. Even if you're rich, you gotta make as much as you can so you can save up. You never know what's gonna happen. Especially Campea, who's much older. You know, this is the time period where he did say he wants to retire within the next 5 years. Which I think it's all right, you know. I won't lie to you. I don't know how long I'll be doing YouTube. 2 years from now, it could be gone. 5 years, 6 months. I don't know. But with Campea, I feel like that's understandable because he's done this for decades at this point. So, you know, who cares? And so I feel like this take right here is kind of I don't get it. What do you expect? If somebody gives you $100, you're gonna appreciate that person more than somebody who gives you $10, right? This isn't rocket science, and this isn't me just trying to defend Campea. One thing I will say that I don't like about Campea is when he talks about geeks and gamers, Ryan Kindle. And by the way, I don't like geeks and gamers. I don't like Ryan Kindle. I don't like a lot of these fandom menace types. But one thing that I don't like about Campea is he'll like bring them up without saying their names, and I feel like that's a pussy thing. I feel like if you're talking about them, you might as well say their name. If you don't want to get in drama, don't get in drama. But it is obvious that and I feel like it's nearly every one of his shows. He'll get like one question and he'll like say, "Oh, these incel man babies aren't man." It's like, don't get me wrong, I agree with you, but I feel like it's a pussy move not to say their names. But anyways, I mean, this is such a dumb take. Like, okay, sure. I mean, what do you want? What do you want me to tell you? He's still giving you content every day, videos, stream. He does 2-hour streams for everyone, or you can ask him a question and he will respond. A very interactive channel, but at the same time, it's his career. What do you want him to do? Right? So let's watch the rest.
So we are making some changes around the channel because, quite frankly, I think things have grown a bit stagnant. I like to change things up every once in a while, but I'll give you kind of the very short version of the full explanation I gave the channel members.
I will say I have been watching Campea since I think it was around before BVS came out, so 2014, 2015. Yeah, it was around 2015. I've been following him since 2015. I was 13 years old when I first started following his channel. I'm now 21 years old. And I've noticed that Campea will change up things, although he began his own channel a couple years after. But during this time period where he had his own channel and he did his own show, yeah, I've noticed that he will change things up, whether it's the way, like this word right here, like how you have the at Campea, you know, where he's filming, he's literally within the last 2 years has at different locations. You even notice this in the way he sets up his tables and everything. It's a different way and I do this with my channel. I think nearly every YouTuber goes through that process where there's going to be things you change. Mainly because, you know, some people just don't like staying simple. And that's something I do on my channel. Sometimes you'll see my intros different. Sometimes you see the way my video is edited differently. That's just life, you know. But it is what it is.
The short version is that when we sat down and did the math, we realized that, you know, having Rob or Kris on in the afternoons is really not good for our channel. It costs us having Rob and Kris.
So I will say this. I'll clarify what he's referring. So Campea gave Rob and Kris their own show called The Weekly Hero, which it was, I think, once a week after in the afternoon, after having done his show, he would let them just talk about everything that's happening in comic book movies and all that. I don't know the statistics. I don't know the numbers, but I remember not really caring about that show because Campea wasn't in it. And Campea has talked about that. He's noticed that anytime he's not on a show, it'll get less views or less people watch. There's even a time period where he decided to take Fridays off. He did this for a couple of weeks, but he realized the views on Fridays were not good compared to every other day. Which makes sense, because when you go to a channel, you're there for that individual. When you come to my channel, you're here for me. When you're on Campea's channel, you go for him. Robert's channel's the same. Every other channel's the same, you know? But I mean, I don't get the issues. Because I feel like, and I don't know this guy personally, the Campea Exposed channel guy, but I feel like this guy really, Campea struck a nerve with him. And I feel like this happens in life. There's going to be a person that strikes a nerve with you. And because of that one event, because of that one thing they did to you, all of a sudden everything else they do now becomes a big problem. I don't know. But anyways.
The afternoons makes us lose money. A lot of money, as a matter of fact. A lot of money. And
I assume it's because of viewerships, you know? Not enough people send super chats, and not enough people watch. And I think that's understandable, because he's paying Kris and Rob, right? He's paying them. That's something many YouTubers can't say. He's paying Rob and Kris. He's trying to rent a studio. He has a home. He has a car. He has bills to pay. No shit. What do you, if something's not working, then why keep doing it? You know?
We don't actually do stuff in the afternoons that, you know, that tracks big viewership numbers or are for our sponsors. Basically, so whenever I'm paying Rob and Kris to be on the afternoons, I'm hemorrhaging money. I'm losing a lot of money all the time by having them on in the afternoons. And so about a month and a half ago, I sat down with the whole staff. We went over the numbers. I explained the whole situation. So we're making some changes in our afternoons, because it's just not financially viable for me to have Rob and Kris on in the afternoons anymore. It didn't make sense. So that's...
I'm also going to bring this up one time. I do believe this is true, because why else would he tell us this? This is something I feel like if this happened with me, I wouldn't reveal this publicly, because it would feel a little embarrassing. But the fact that he's telling people, hey, I lost money doing this one thing, that's something you don't want to do as a company or as a business. And Campea runs a business with this channel, all right? And so I honestly, I got to respect him for this part. But anyways.
That's why that's there. Again, like I said, I sat down a month and a half ago. I went through every single step with him. I showed the numbers, and everybody understood. It's like it just, and you know, I have to make sure the channel stays alive. And if I'm acting financially irresponsible, the channel's not going to stay alive. So, made the decision that we're not going to have Rob and Kris on. And I think once in a while you're still going to see them on in the afternoons. But the reality is our afternoon programming didn't get many views, right? I was still paying like full dollar to make those shows, but the shows in the afternoons weren't doing very well. And that's why it makes a lot more sense for me. Like, so
I will say this though, and again, I'm not part of Campea's statistic team. I don't know his numbers or anything. I don't know how much he makes per stream. I think one time he said that by Spotify alone he makes $100 a day. That's as a side hustle. That's freaking amazing, bro. Campea's rich. You've seen his home, his Teslas. God damn. And then his wife works, was it for Apple? I don't remember, but she's also making a lot of money. Bro, the kid that Campea has, man, that's going to be one spoiled kid. That kid is going to have everything at his disposal. But no, I mean, I don't get the issue with this. Like, people, and I saw people on this group chat on Twitter talking about this as if this is Campea's end, but it's like, what's the ending? I mean, but no, in all honesty, I don't know his numbers, but I've always said this. I feel like you have to rotate the show. I feel like there's 3 major key players in Campea's show. There's John, of course. There's Robert Meyer Burnett. I feel like Rob adds a layer of intelligence. And not only that, but he has a voice made for radio. That guy has like this nice, soothing voice. And then his Hollywood industry experience speaks for itself. And I feel like he gives a different perspective that I think adds so much to Campea's show. I don't really like watching Rob's channel on his own. I feel like he's not entertaining enough for me to watch him on his own. But I do definitely like him mixed in with Campea. Like, their blending together works very well. And then there's a third guy, which I think people are going to be surprised by my answer, and that's Ray. I love Ray in the channel. He is the funniest guy on the channel. Anytime Ray's not on the channel, Ray feels kind of like Scooby-Doo with the mystery gang, where Scooby-Doo is not the intelligent person. He's not the focus of that group, but he brings so much heart and soul that you love him when he's together with the rest of them. And he's funny. And I also think he also adds that average moviegoer perspective that the others can't. The others are like these hardcore movie fans that go watch, I don't know, 100 movies a year. Ray is more like a simple guy. He's just, if a trailer's good, he likes a movie. And I think he's great. Now, the others, Kris, Aaron, Jonathan, and Taylor. I've actually started liking Taylor. I know he has his own channel. Subscribe to him. I think it's like 50 Shades of Tay, something like that. He actually responded to one of my comments. I do wish him a lot of luck. But Taylor doesn't add much to the channel. I do like him there because he does make a lot of Shrek jokes. Jonathan, I know he's more behind the scenes. He's important in that sense. But in the microphone camera, he doesn't really add much. Kris, I think, is entertaining. She also has a different perspective. She's also a voice actress, so it's interesting to hear her perspective, but she's not as important. Erin, I won't lie to you, she's kind of annoying half the time, but for the most part, she does have the actress perspective that I do like occasionally, but she's not important. The people I'm listing off right now, Tay, Jonathan, Kris, and Erin, they're entertaining. They're just not important. They're like people who, if they don't show up for a show, I wouldn't mind because okay. And who else? I think it's everyone. So to me, it's Rob, John, and Ray. Those are the three most important. They're the most entertaining. The rest are more like, hey, if you can, bring them on. And I think if Campea wants to save money, and this is just this is going off somebody who doesn't pay his bills. This is going to somebody who's just a daily viewer of his channel. I think if you want to save money, you keep Rob and Ray. And then the rest should be occasional. Maybe Kris can come on twice a week. Erin, I know she lives in New York now. Taylor, I know Taylor's more of an intern. He works with Jonathan in the background and all that. But I think if he wants to save money, I feel like Rob and Ray should be prioritized and the rest should be kind of limited. Because to me, the most entertaining shows tend to be when Ray and Rob are there too, while the rest is more kind of an add-on, right? I don't know, but anyways.
So, for instance, open mic, it makes a lot more sense for me to do open mic solo than it does to say. I
do agree with Campea. I feel like Campea should at least once a week have, and that which is open mic. He should have one segment or one stream where he's all alone, because I feel like you get more personal with Campea, But anyways.
Have Kris or Rob on open mic with me. So yeah, so that's a change. And look, part of the reality too is my business manager reminded me of. It is called the John Campea Show, and I realized that, and I'm not going to go too deep into it here, but
I will say it feels like it's been a year since he announced he was going to change the channel name. And he's yet to do it. I know there was an idea to have it called Press Play, but he never went through it. He hasn't revealed this, but I genuinely think the reason why he didn't is because it sounds like a stupid ass name. Press Play, I won't deny it. It sounds like a stupid ass name. But anyways, let's continue.
Want a big full panel thing?
I do think that part of it is that Campea knows that his brand is him, John Campea, and I also think he hasn't been able to come up with a name. This actually happened to me similar, although not at the same capacity. I only had 1,000 subscribers. I still only have 1,000, but I remember when I changed my name back in 2021, in the summer of 2021, my channel was Isaac the Film Geek. And then I changed it to Multiverse Movies. And when I changed it, there was actually a lot of people who didn't know I changed my name. And when they would see the name Multiverse Movies, they weren't familiar with it. That's why I'm always very careful when I change names or something like that, because it can confuse people, and I feel like that's part of Campea's worry.
And I found that when it's just me, myself, the flow of the show is a lot better. It just flows a lot better when I have just me, and so that's why you're going to see them on the show in the days, but you're not going to see like me.
No, I do agree with that because you go on your own pace. You can never control how others go. I will say his shows are much better when he has Ray and Rob there too. It's not like there's. I think it depends. If you're doing the question segments, to me are always better when it's one person alone, especially Campea. When it's the topic segments, I think it's better when everyone gets involved, especially Ray and Rob, because it's again, like I said, Rob brings in that Hollywood intelligence, while Ray brings in that more comedic, yet average moviegoer perspective. You know.
Me and Rob and Kris very often. I just found the pace of the show doesn't move very well. So I don't want to recreate AMC Movie Talk 3.0, and I've been doing that. Even I've said.
Oh, I didn't. It is similar to AMC Movie Talk. Let's not deny it, though.
For a long time, I don't want to make AMC Movie Talk 3.0, but really over the past year, I've more and more kind of made it AMC Movie Talk 3.0, and I don't want to.
Oh,
do that.
I forgot.
Reel that back again. So yes, that's why there have been some of the changes. But you're see Rob on Monday and Kris on Tuesday and Rob on. So yeah, you're still going to see them around. All right.
Okay. I mean, I don't see the. I actually want to see what the comments are saying. If Rob goes, so will I. His insights is by far the best part of the show. John doesn't cut it by himself without someone's. I disagree. I still find John entertaining because to me, a great movie talk person isn't somebody who's just industry and like. Because there's a lot of movie talk people that aren't in the industry. I myself have never been in the Hollywood industry. In fact, I've never stepped foot in California, nor do I ever intend to. But no, I find John entertaining himself. I will say Rob adds, again, like I said earlier, he adds this experience to him, right? And I'll say this right now. If John wants to save money, Rob is the priority. I think Rob is the last person you want to let go. While I don't find Rob entertaining on his own when he does his own show, I will say I find Rob very, very important when he's on the Campea show, right? And then Ray also, I also find him important. But no, I agree to an extent. But John is entertaining on his own. Like when he does his open mics, I feel like he gets more personal because it's not just about being smart with movies. To me, it's about how you are as a person. How are you entertaining on your own? Do you cut it on your own? And I feel like Campea does have that has that value to me. John making a huge mistake, reducing Rob's role. His experience is valuable and attracting to the show. I do agree to that. But I will say, on my own personal perspective, I do think John himself is entertaining on his own. But I think Rob is the cherry on. I feel like Rob is the cheese on a cheeseburger. I think the burger in it of itself is good, but when you put the cheese in there, the cheese just monumentally makes it perfect on a burger. Let's see. This is actually good because I won't have to endure his show every day. Rob is the main reason I'm used to doing. You know what I've never understood? I hate when people. I remember when Film God was making all these clips of Campea doesn't let Rob talk. Okay, cool. Rob has his own show. Why is this such a big deal? Right. Let me see this one. I adore Rob and Kris. I appreciate Rob's insider take and Kris's viewpoints from a geeky girly's standpoint creates a balance that is perfect. When Campea isn't there and it's Kris, Rob, and Aaron, it's some of the funniest content. Oh, the Batman Beyond crew. And brilliant content on YouTube. It's like inmates have taken over the asylum and it's brilliant. I do hope of Rob and Kris to do a side project with Aaron and Amy appearing time and time as guests. As the show stands at the moment, it looks like it's become the John Campea show with more Ray and the other dudes in the other room who I don't care for their opinions as much. The dude into Shrek. Oh, that's Taylor. I mean, that's respectable. I mean, Amy, when she was in the show, wasn't all that entertaining. Like, I'll admit that. I mean, I think I've never seen John's guest as a negative way. I think they've all added something new. But to me, shows are just better when Ray, Rob, and John themselves are controlling the show. You can have the rest, but I just think those three are the most key components. Don't be financially irresponsible. Got to keep the lights on. At the end of the day, every business has a bottom line. Having said that, Rob is the absolute heart of the show. He is the candidate's info. I would say it's Ray, but Rob is part of the importance of that show. So yeah, I mean, I respect this comment. I would watch a daily show with just Rob and Kris if I could. I mean, Rob can do that on his channel, you know. I did like the Batman Beyond crew. So the Batman Beyond crew was literally anytime John was in there. I do like that. I noticed they get a lot more edgy when he's not there. But no, man. Let's see. Okay, let me read this. Oh my, no, never mind. I ain't reading that big ass parrot. What the heck? What? Who? No one's gonna, guys, when you comment, and I love your comments, but if you type like this, no one's reading that. No one is. All right. Anyone else notice that anytime Rob makes a point, John will immediately try to cut him off and act like he's better than Rob? It's weird as fuck, and I think Rob should just get away from it. No, what? I will say John does overtalk. Like, he talks much longer than everyone else, but I also think that's because he's done this much longer. And so he knows what to do. He knows what to say. He knows that he is the important part. And that happens on my channel. On my channel, when I've had CJH, George, Aaron, K-Dots, whoever, I've always prioritized myself because my channel is prioritized on me. Because I know the people watching are there for me. They're not there for anybody else. He doesn't really interrupt. I mean, he'll interrupt Rob when he talks about Star Trek. But anyways, I find it hard to believe Rob is causing John to lose money. Rob himself is... this is what I hate about people. Anyway, Rob is not causing John to lose money. Rob's presence and the money that he's paid causes John to lose money. It's like having a streaming service. Let's say you have Disney Plus. You love Disney Plus. You get Mandalorian. You get the Marvel shows, whatever. Cool, you get it. But you're losing money. And let's say there's a month where it's nothing new's happening. Guess what? That month you're not going to get more money. But anyways, let's see. I actually want to see this. I mean, there was this clip of Campea retiring in 2025. People were mad about that. But oh wait, I wanted to see this one. John Campea lying about money.
We are making some changes around the channel. The short version is, having Rob and Kris on in the afternoons makes us lose money. A lot of money, as a matter of fact. A lot of money. So whenever I'm paying Rob and Kris to be on the afternoons, I'm hemorrhaging money. I'm losing a lot of money all the time by having them on. About a month and a half ago, I sat down with the whole staff. We went over the numbers. I explained the whole situation. So we're making some changes. We just bought our very first little trailer. Okay, so this is it.
I was like, I saw Campea post this, and I was kind of like, really? Why would you buy this, bro? This is like some tiny ass shit, bro. And it doesn't matter.
In all of its glory.
Oh yeah, I wonder how much it cost. 42 grand? God, 42 grand for this? The hell? You can buy a new car with this shit. Bro, I bought a Honda Civic. 2008 Honda Civic for literally 4 grand. How the heck is this tiny ass shit 42 grand? This has to be a fake number, bruh.
I'm hemorrhaging money. I'm losing a lot of money.
How is this lying though? He's not saying he's going broke or he's going poor. What he's saying is so this is how I interpret it. What he's saying is when he has Rob and Kris doing their daily show after Campea's done, right? He's not, that show in and of itself costs money. You have to pay Rob, you have to pay Kris to be there because that is their time. They are professionals with their own individual careers. So you're having to pay them more to be there for longer hours. Because that's how a job works. You know, you have to pay them for the work they do. Right? And that money, you also have to tell the IRS the taxes and everything that goes involved in it. And so the show didn't get the viewerships required to pay Rob and Kris. And also Jonathan or Taylor, who are doing the backstage stuff and the equipment that goes into it, the computers and everything. So he's not saying that it's losing the money involved in his life. Like, he's not saying that having Rob and Kris causes him not to be able to pay his house bills or whatever. What he's saying is that the money required to make the show doesn't meet the requirements of having the show itself. That is what he's doing. That's not being a con. That's not lying. What it's saying is why continue to spend money on something that's not making money? He's making money with the Campea show, with the merchandise, with the super chats and everything. But that show in and of itself isn't making him money. And who cares if he's making something individual? If you have a job, let's say you have a minimum wage job, and after your job you go pay for a McDonald's meal, you can still be broke and pay for unnecessary fast food. You know, that's just how life works. That's just how life works. And I don't mean to be that guy, but this Campea, don't get me wrong, Campea's not perfect. There's been a lot of times where he said takes that I completely think are stupid. In fact, one of my most viral videos is me complaining about a take of Campea. But what is he lying about? What is he being a con about? This is so stupid, bro. This is so stupid. This is really stupid, man. Let me see I want to see this. What's it? Soy Boy Campea. But this guy has never owned a biz. I think one thing that is also very obvious a lot of times on YouTube is you can tell people who have had businesses or have had jobs or have had made money, right? You can always tell that a lot of the time on YouTube. And this guy, and this isn't a diss or anything. I think this guy posting clips is fine. I think some of the clips are good too. I'm fine with. Honestly, I'll say this right now. I hope one day I get famous enough to where somebody has a clip channel for me. I feel like it would also be good to remind myself of dumb things I've done, right? But to have this boner for being like, oh no, you're not losing money. You bought this little 42 grand little trailer thing, whatever. By the way, I still find that. Why would you spend 42? I doubt it. Maybe it's used. I don't know. I really don't know. But that's not losing money. It just means that this specific show is not making the amount to spend on Rob and Kris. It's not saying that Rob and Kris are losing the money. It's just that the show in itself isn't making enough to warrant to keep going. I'm sure he's making good money. He's getting super chats from that show. He's getting ads. He's getting sponsorships. I forgot about that. But at the end of the day, in a business, you got to do something that makes you money. If it's not making you, it's not just about making money. It's making a profit. If it's not making you a profit, then there's no point of doing it. Right? But anyways, that's Soy Boy Campea proclaims he's a man. All right, let's see what this is.
What it can be others. Now, look, I know there's also a bunch of people who are mad because they're wussies. There are a bunch of people who are mad at Alonzo because like 5 years ago or something, she once suggested that maybe the term X-Men might be outdated.
I remember. Why did I pause it?
Women in the X-Men. Why that bothers you? Doesn't bother me. You know why? Because I'm a fucking man.
Well, I'll say this right now. I didn't take it serious because who cares? Everyone makes a stupid comment every other time. What I didn't like about it is she was attacking a name that is well known with fans, and that felt shitty. And so as a fan, that did feel kind of crappy. So I do disagree with Campea on this part.
I'm a fucking man.
And also, it's funny because Campea did upload a video yesterday saying that X-Men is gender neutral. I find X-Men gender neutral. The term when I think of X-Men, I don't think men, like people with penises and balls. I don't think that. I think of the term itself, men itself, yes. But when you hear X-Men, I do think gender neutral because it can be women, men, whatever. And you see that even in the comics, there's like a couple of jokes about like, hey, we shouldn't be gender. We should probably have a gender neutral name or whatever. But anyways,
I'm a fucking man.
I will say I don't like when Campea's done this. Like I said earlier, he does this constantly. He'll like talk about the fandom menace, and he'll like, and I don't like them, by the way. I don't like these woke grifters or whatever. But I feel like if you're gonna call out someone, say their name. I feel like it's too pussy to not say their name, right?
So I've been hearing for years about this great collectibles place you can go called Frankensons, and surprised me. He said, hey, let's go to Frankensons tonight. I'm like, yes, I've always wanted to go. And so we're going to go inside. Thank you, baby.
Wait, what's the issue? He's going to a toy store? Okay.
You can buy anything you wanted. I'm a fucking man.
No, okay. This guy, yeah, this is like a teenager. This guy's a teenager. I'm guessing this guy's between the ages of 14 and 18 or 20 possibly. And when you're married, usually in a relationship, you're going to have to ask your wife or your husband, can I do this? And this is obviously a joke. Being a cuck is not asking your wife if you want to go to a toy store. Being a cuck is watching your girlfriend getting fucked in front of you, just like Sneeko. But no, this isn't being a cuck. This is being a husband. This is being a loving husband. How is this not being a man? This is manly right here. Every man will literally talk about, oh, their wife won't let them do this, do that. Because in a relationship, you can't just let the other partner do everything they want 100%. Now, something as simple as going to a toy store, that's something that probably shouldn't be much of an issue, right? If you don't want your girlfriend to go to a concert, that would be shitty. But hey, that happens in relationships. I don't know. But this isn't being a cuck. This is being in a normal relationship.
I thought that was implied that I could buy anything I wanted.
And obviously they're joking. Like, you can see they're laughing, they're joking. It's like me with my friends. We'll make gay jokes together. We'll like pretend to be gay, but we're not actually gay, right? They're just jokes. They're not, you know. And I'm sure this is what's happening right now. And even then, who fucking cares, bro? Who cares? It's not like Campea's not making any money. It's not like he has his own business. He literally can schedule his own times. That's the most badass thing ever. If you have a job where you can have your own times, you're that important, you're that essential, that's a badass job. That's a job I'm dreaming of right there.
Thing I wanted. So I'm a fucking man. I did come away with something, and it's the something that I wanted. This is the Captain America hot toy. Because you know Captain America is my favorite character in the MCU. Because I'm a fucking man. Hi guys, John here, and
oh wait, I think I get copyrighted if I play his music.
you the new DC what?
Are you talking about being fat? You do know that a lot of men are fat. In fact, some of the people that I've heard talk about manliness tend to be fat guys.
Warner Brothers film Suicide Squad.
I say this right now. I think it's manly that he doesn't care that people look at him dressed like this. Any insecure man, I mean, I wouldn't dress like this, but if someone wants to, who cares? He did it for one fucking video. Who cares?
It's very warm in here right now, because I'm a fucking man. Mark me down now. Obviously, of course, I like my Funko Pop. So clearly, I'm your target audience right there, because I'm a fucking man. Greetings and...
God damn it. I get copyright. I remember John talking about how he'll copyright people if you play his intro music. Or, not him. I think he said something that's automated. I don't know. So you're saying buying toys and asking your wife to go to a toy store is not manly? I wouldn't say they're manly things, you know, but they're also not unmanly, you know? I mean, I don't know. This person's never been in a relationship, or at least a real relationship. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. And not to be that guy, but if you're doing a channel about Campea, more than likely you're attracting other four-eyed dorks, right? You're attracting other four-eyed nerds who love nerd stuff, movies, comics, whatever. Guarantee you half the people here have toys, Funko Pops, whatever. I myself have some. I've been clean since October. I've not bought a single toy since October. I've stopped that because it's a lot of money. I feel like it's collecting a lot of dust. I did sell a lot of my Funko Pops. So there's that. I don't know, but who cares? Buying toys. You do know that boy kids are being promoted to buy toys, right? Like little boys, they're promoted to buy toys. If it's not a manly thing, then a man wouldn't buy a kid a toy, right? Because, you know, you want your kid to grow up to be a man. I don't know.
Welcome to the best related show on the planet, the John Campea Show. Coming from right here on my... Hey guys, John right here. We just got out of seeing Shazam! Fury of the God.
I don't know why he's roasting Campea about this when it's something half of your subscribers do. Wearing costumes to a theater, buying toys. This is no different than a sports fan buying a jersey. Want to know why? Because I, as a sports fan, love having jerseys, having scarves, or Football Club Barcelona, and all that. Like, bro, what?
Because I'm a fucking man. Hey guys, John and Ray here. We just got out of seeing Dungeons and Dragons. Because I'm a fucking man.
Ain't no way, bro. Are you really roasting Campea for owning a dice? Okay. Okay.
Because I'm a fucking man. Because I'm a fucking man. Because I'm a fucking man. Because I'm a fucking man.
I didn't know his wife dressed as Joker. I didn't know that. Well, I guess we know who has the balls in this relationship. I'm just kidding, by the way.
Fucking man. Because I'm a fucking man.
Is that Jeremy Johns? I mean, I really quite literally don't see the point of this. I actually want to see what does he have in his community. Oh, no community. This person, this person comes off as somebody who doesn't really have a real world experience. This person kind of feels like someone Campea and co-struggling. Oh my fucking god, bro, just shut the fuck up, man. Okay. Oh, John Campea. Okay, we'll watch one more. John Campea fake cries on air. If I'm predicting, this is probably the clip where he was talking about his, I think it was his grandma that passed away.
So quick things, I'm going to put this up on social media in a bit. You serious? Today's been a little bit of a hard show for me.
You do know his eyes are down. Like, in a camera, you're not going to be able to tell the tears. Okay, I don't know.
I try to bring the energy level, I try to be all business.
Oh, wait, hold up. Let me actually look. Let me look closely. Yeah, I mean, he's not crying right now. I don't know. But regardless, it's all you've heard of people holding in their tears. That's literally happened to me. Where like I'll feel emotional, I'll feel like my lips quivering, but I'll like do everything in my mind not to have like tears drop. That's probably what Campea's trying to do.
Level, I try to be all business when I get in here. I got a call this morning from my sister.
Is that actually his sister? I actually don't know what his sisters look like.
My nonna, my grandmother passed away this morning. And it really fucking sucks. Now my grandmother was, no.
You do know that crying isn't just tears falling on your eyes. You know, it can literally stain your eyes if you're not letting go of them. You do know how crying works, right? Or feeling emotional. I don't think he's probably crying. I think he's more emotional. And I think him looking down, you can kind of tell he's trying to hold back. Not saying you have to sympathize for him, but his grandma died and you're over here mocking him for not having tears. Yeah, this is a teenager. This is a brain dead teenager who doesn't really have much real world experience.
She was 99. My grandmother was 99. She was a bitch, man. My grandmother was a bitch.
I don't think he's crying. I think he's just feeling emotional. There's a difference between those, you know.
My grandmother was a bitch, man. 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 My grandmother was.
Oh, yeah. This guy. Yeah, this person's terminally online, I think. Yeah, look, this guy. Oh shit, people are actually calling him out. Bro saying fake crying. What is wrong with people? His grandma died. What's with the hate? Actually, want to see his. This channel's definitely behind some 13-year-old who's sad. Yeah. What the? You're making fun of somebody for not having a tear because his grandma died. Yeah, okay. Here's what I'm going to say. This guy is more than likely some teenager who doesn't like Campea. Campea struck a nerve with him. And so he decides he watches the Campea show every day, obviously. And so now he tries to find clip. Brody needs to go get a job. You got to get your dick wet or your pussy like that. I don't know who you are, but like this is very stupid. I can get posting clips. I can get doing that. I can get calling him out when he needs to. But to mock him for not having a tear because his grandma passed, even if you don't believe it, who fucking cares? It's not like he made a solo video. This was at the end of one of his shows. And I remember that because I was listening to this on Spotify. And I remember all of a sudden hearing Campea quiver. Because it was crazy because he was silent for a little bit. And I was like, what the hell? What the hell just happened? But like, who cares? Bro, this is fucked. Bro. No wonder if Campea is trying to take down your channel, no fucking wonder, bro. This is kind of fucked up. Bro, you know what? This Campea, I never wish this on someone, but like if your grandma dies, I hope somebody's recording you crying, bro. Like, no, the embarrassment. The only thing that's embarrassing is that you're uploading about your entire personality on YouTube is you posting about him, trying to find every epic L you could of him. This is a beta move. This is a no pussy getting mofo move, okay? This is something that a pussy little baby does, man. This is so fucked up, bruh. It's so fucked up. This is so shitty, man. Like, what the hell? What the actual F is wrong with you? Is your life that depressing that you have to try to mock somebody for not properly crying? Like, bro, like, Brody, come on. What the hell? I don't know. I'm not going to watch any more videos. Sorry if the video went a little too long. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think. I feel like there's a lot of Campea hate recently that I found a little crazy, and I think it's all come down to this channel. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you all on the next video.
Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it? That thing you do. Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Cinderella, I think I'll find your glass slipper, baby.